Hello everyone, my name is Evan Jacobs and welcome to another edition of Boxing Time TV. It's been a while. I'll explain that in a little bit. I'll just kind of get to the action because I think this is going to be a 12-round fight. And I'll be honest, I'm not that excited about it, and there's other reasons for that. This is part of the ESPN schedule that not a lot of people are that excited about, but they're just happy to have sports back on TV or, cable TV, ESPN. So anyway, Andrew Moloney taking on Joshua Franco. Moloney's a 7-5 favorite. Moloney's 29. Franco's 24. Moloney's 5'5". Franco's 5'5". They're both 112 pounders. I want to say this is super bantamweight, I'll find out. I'll get to more of the specifics. They both have the same 67 reach. 20 fights. For Andrew Moloney, no losses, and Joshua Franco, he's 16-1. So now we'll move to this is a 12-round fight here. I probably should have done this before we got started. There's a 12-round fight, 3-minute rounds, 10-point must scoring system, no mandatory 8 count, 3 knockdown rule waived. All right, let's get right to it. Boxing Time TV's back. This is actually a special thing because for a while there, I'd kind of run out of fights to do. And not even so much run out of fights to do. There was just a lot of fights that I just didn't, I'd done so many of the canceled fights that now it was like I started like doing like some of the lower level. And I don't mean lower in a bad way. I just mean lower just in recognition. And then all of a sudden I was hearing all about, these Tyson fights that could be happening and this and that. And I don't know, how much more we're going to hear about that now that, more things are opening up and sports are coming back and and who knows. But so I started doing some of those. And then I was just like, I don't really know what the schedule is. It's hard to kind of figure it out where everyone was kind of waiting for ESPN to announce what they were going to do because we knew they were going to be the first out of the gate. And they came back this past week with Shakur Stevenson. And so this bout, I believe, is happening on the 23rd. This is the Moloney versus Franco bout. So my feeling is just, I am simply trying to do what I can in order to make entertaining fights and relevant fights. And I don't know how much people are going to care about this fight. I know that the ratings, even for the Shakur Stevenson fight, and he's a fairly decent sized name. He's not a huge name. It was like 400,000. Apparently the ratings were not as good as they expected it to be. Heck, if I got 400,000 views on any of my videos, I'd be elated. But yeah, so it's but everything is relative, and everything, especially in the sport of boxing, is relative. So right now, we have Moloney and Franco coming out here, and neither of these guys hits particularly hard. Oh wow, I say that, and then look, and then you have Moloney wobbling Franco with a body shot. So who knows? Who knows? Like I said, I think this is going to go the distance. We're inside the final minute of the first round. Moloney having a decent round, kind of doing the things that you expect. Franco trying to keep him off with a left jab. So we'll see. But let's kind of look up more of the specifics of this fight. And so right now, I mean, this is a fairly, evenly contested contest. And look at that, Moloney hitting him with a left hand. It's Maloney's also one of those guys. Apparently, how he got into this country. It was, it just somehow he was able to. Apparently, he went to like the travel commission of Australia. At least I think that's where he's from. So anyway, he has that round even on one judge's scorecards. Wins 10-8 on another judge's scorecard and 10-9 on another judge's scorecard as we go into the second round of Andrew Moloney versus Joshua Franco. And like I said, I believe this bout is happening on the 23rd. I'm looking this up. I'm going to his box rec. And like I said, he's 21-0. He has 14 knockouts. So he can, he has a bit of power. I gave him average power for this. And then you have Franco kind of lunging in there with a left hand, lands on Moloney. So this should be interesting. And like I said, Moloney from Australia managed to make it into the U.S. He's a super flyweight. And this is going to be for some title when he takes on Joshua Franco on June 23rd. And so I'm just trying to find out kind of, what the rest of the schedule is, what we sort of have in store for us. And then I'm just going to, make fights as I go. I think I'm back now to doing one fight a week, unless all of a sudden, just so much stuff starts coming out. Because I actually have time now where I could probably do one every day if it called for that. But we'll see. I just, at the very least, I want to do one a week right now, just because I am off for summer break. And I mean, I'm hearing a lot of people going back to work. Very excited to hear that. We're in a really different spot than, we were when I was doing, 2 of these a week. And even when I was obviously doing 1 a day, we're in a different spot, and it's good to see and it's good to hear. And it's one of those things that, there's a lot of different ways that you could look at this. My thing is, ultimately, I believe we had to open up in some way. We're opening up, and I just think we need to all do our best to maintain social distancing guidelines, wear our masks, try to keep our distance. If we don't need to be in places where there's a lot of people, avoid them. But if you have to be, then you have to be. And basically, this is how we're getting through this. I mean, where I live, Orange County, California, we're already in phase 3. So, we just need to keep, following guidelines. And there's a big brouhaha about masks. I'm not really going to get into that. I'm wearing a mask. I don't have a problem wearing a mask. I don't feel that it infringes on my rights. Other people feel that way. That's fine. Don't wear one. You apparently don't have to now. I personally am. So right now, Moloney just kind of picking apart Franco. I mean, I might be wrong. This thing could end earlier, but I'm just kind of not seeing it that way. Oh, and look at that. Well, Moloney's just tattooing him, although Franco does pretty good with the left right there. Oh, look at that. Moloney landing a lot of straight down the middle shots, which might tell the tale in this fight. All right, that was a good second round for Moloney. He seemed pretty dominant to me, especially from a counterpunching perspective. He wins that round 10-8 on one judge's card, 10-8 on another judge's card, and 10-9 on another judge's card. So Moloney's piling up points. He's already 8 points ahead, and we're only 2 rounds in to this scheduled 12-round fight. One of the things, and I was listening to this new podcast, the Sports Illustrated podcast on Spotify. People were talking